Last story of the day is speaking on his Impulsive podcast, the YouTube star revealed, this is Logan Paul, the YouTube star Logan Paul revealed that he had already texted Triple H in a bid to make a monster match happen. Paul said that facing John Cena would be a dream matchup that would break the internet. Quote, after the Crown Jewel event, John Cena posted a tweet about me or an Instagram post about me. And then I saw an article saying he's looking for an opponent at WrestleMania. I favorited it. I responded with the eyes emoji. I mean, truthfully, I think me versus John Cena would break the internet. I texted Triple H right away. Do you want me to break the internet again? That's a dream matchup, dude. At WrestleMania in LA on my birthday, Triple H, throw me a bone, give me a birthday present, let me take out John Cena. That would be crazy. Quoting, I think that's the model I'm going to pitch to WWE. To give you an insight into our meetings look like, he said, this week we're meeting with them. I'm just going to be like, hey, this works for me. Put me up against the best y'all have. I'm going to deliver. You know that for a fact. Not only going to put on an amazing match, but I'm going to put asses in the seats and eyeballs glued onto your televisions. I got to admit, guys, I've developed a bit of an infatuation with one Logan Paul in his wrestling career. He knows what he's doing, and he's doing it his way. I was the first person to question after the first two matches, how long could he just show up? Just show up at live, just show up at these big events before WWE and the WWE universe kind of goes, all right, man, kid, you got to show up and you're going to have to do some of the work. But after the way he talks and the way he handles these things on his podcast, I think he can do this as long as he wants. I think that this formula is actually going to work for him because he's selling the matches on his side. It's probably more valuable for WWE. Anybody who's watching Monday Night Raw is watching Monday Night Raw. They're a fan. But Logan Paul's going on his podcast and selling these matches to his audience who may not be wrestling fans. And so he's feeding it to these people who may not have any clue, and they're going, well, Logan enjoys this. Maybe we enjoy this. I think, you look at his boys, his Impulsive boys, Mike and George. If you hear them talk, they kind of thought wrestling was goofy. I think they're loving it now. I think anybody who gets sucked into the world of professional wrestling quickly understands that every misconception you had is wrong, and wrestling is a ton of fun. But here lies the dilemma, right? Cena is supposed to be Theory's snack, right? They're feeding it. That was the plan all along. That's where we've always been headed. That's what everybody's talked about, right? That's why Theory got serious, was because it was leading to this, a big showdown with John Cena. It's the reason that he could cash in and lose the United States title opportunity, because there was a redemption story that lied at the end of this, and that was Mount Cena. And yet now we're forced to look at what's the bigger ticket match. And let's be honest here. Let's be real honest. Wrestling fans, we like melodies that get finished, right? It's musical terms, but melodies should be completed. It pleases your brain and your ears. So this melody of John Cena and Austin Theory that's been teased to us a couple times, I think we'd like to see that melody finished. But let's be honest, wrestling fans, what's the bigger ticket pusher? It's John Cena, Logan Paul, right? That's the match to make. And I know I've seen people talk about John Cena, Stone Cold. I don't have the infatuation with that match. I think that's going to be a bad match. I don't maybe on paper it makes sense, but I think that you get into the ring and that's going to feel a lot like when Cena fought The Undertaker. Just kind of fan service, right? And I suppose there's a way that you could work maybe Theory and Logan into a triple threat match of some kind with John Cena. But I still think just straight up the posters of once again, Logan Paul versus John Cena all over Hollywood. Just imagine those posters on the side of buildings for one night only. That sells tickets. That gets people excited. That brings in that whole new group of fans again. And I think if Logan goes over, then the sky is the limit for Logan Paul. You can use him pretty much anywhere. Theory has an uphill battle. I mean, it's going to be, I've talked about this. There's an uphill battle now that Theory has to defend. He's going to have to convince Triple H. He's going to have to convince the casual fans that he means enough, that he warrants this spot, because just growing a beard and acting a little bit grumpy, that's not going to last long. I know you guys are excited about it, but it's not. That doesn't have staying power unless now Theory's characters 100% become reliant on winning matches. That's what it is. When you're a douchebag and you carry a cell phone, you don't have to win. You can be booked in a losing position and the crowd still hates you and you're still getting over. Once they push you to that dark side where you grow the beard and you get grumpy, Theory's character is only based on winning matches. If Theory loses matches, it's all for nothing. So now they've booked themselves where Theory has to convince casual wrestling fans why he matters when he just kind of looks like everybody else now. And I did see that Jake Paul confirmed that Logan didn't have an ACL tear. It was just an MCL tear and a meniscus issue. So that's like 4 to 8 weeks recovery time. Logan Paul could be in the Royal Rumble. High probability Logan Paul's in the Royal Rumble. And what if Logan Paul comes out and eliminates John Cena? There's your story starter, right? I'm better than you. I'm better than this, you old man. I've taken your spot. Here's an interesting fact, though, that I wrote down. John Cena has not been in a legitimate WrestleMania match since WrestleMania 31. I tell you guys, you guys are so excited for him to come back, but he has not been in a legitimate WrestleMania match since WrestleMania 31 against Rusev. 32, he came out to help The Rock with the Wyatts. 33, he was in a mixed tag team match with Nikki Bella. 34 was a match, but he was squashed by The Undertaker. 35, he had a segment with Elias. 36 was the pre-recorded Firefly Funhouse match. And he wasn't part of 37 or 38. So I think if you're trying to move tickets, I don't think it's Theory Cena. I don't think that makes sense anymore. I think you go Logan Paul, John Cena, and I think that's your ticket seller. I think that's your poster. I think that is, you want it to be Hollywood. You want it to be Hollywood. You have a card with The Rock and Roman Reigns. You have a card that has Stone Cold and somebody on it, and you have a card that has Logan Paul versus John Cena. It doesn't get more Hollywood than that.